Greetings and salutations. And what we're talking about in another movie, we're talking about more movies. In this case, we're looking back at the Blade franchise. 3 films, because, you know, the Mahershala Ali film hasn't come out yet. Get on that, Marvel. Get on that. So, let's look back. Let's, not wasting more time. Let's talk about Blade. From 1998. So, Blade is... first film out. Well, Blade is a vampire, a human vampire strength, but not their weakness, who fights against vampires. In this case, like a vampire who basically, who's ahead of them, is trying to bring out, like, say, cause, like, say, the old, vampire lords and all that, and then just bring a new age, in a way. I don't think I grew up watching this film because, you know, I was, this came out in 1998. So, yeah, I wasn't even old enough to see this film. Yeah, I was only probably, say, 6, I think. Yeah, I think I was only 6. But, yeah. This movie is still a lot of fun. Especially, like, say, whenever, like, there's the action sequences are still great for this film.
You're too late, Blade.
And I cannot say this or not, but I think the moments, like, say, when, the bit of romance that is supposed to be with, Blade and Dr. Karen Jensen, I think that's all of it pretty good. I'm thinking, like, what they have, it's not a romance, but it's sort of a relationship, like, you know, because there's not an official kiss. But, you know, like, what they have is going for them, like, you know, him helping her out, her helping him out, in a way. It's pretty great. And I still think the, like, the big final climactic fight sequence at the end is pretty great. Like, he is just causing, like, say, basically Blade is used as a blood source to be able to create, you know, like, the Giants, like, say, okay, the main villain of it, Deacon Frost, and basically he's gonna say, okay, now I'm going to be the ultimate vampire, and all that. And I don't know, man, like, say, like, when, like, suddenly you have, like, say, like, laser beams that are, like, turning and hitting everyone's foreheads because of blood on their heads. And then suddenly it just becomes, like, say, like, the vampire skeletons just, like, pop out of their throats, and I'm like, it is gosh darn over the top that it is fun. Whether it's also the bit of, you know, climactic, one-liners.
Freeze! Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
Yeah, I feel like, say, Wesley Snipes, he really sells this movie. He really makes it a lot of fun. There can be some bit of dramatic moments to this film. In this case, the death of Abraham Whistler. And that, yeah, he gets turned, and Vince says, like, say, leave me here, like, you know, let me die, and all that. That bit of moment is pretty good. It's dramatically well done.
Now walk away, you stupid son of a bitch. Walk the fuck away.
director did a really good job of, keeping it, like, say, okay, don't, make it over the top, keep it subdued and all that. And yeah, I think that moment works out well. And I do think there's moments I felt like, say, when, kidnaps holds a child hostage, and, this is during daytime and all that, and you just say, wait, no one is going to be going, say, what's this dude doing this over here? No one's questioning, say, he is holding her hostage, and no one's doing absolute shit. And then they say there's other dude in full leather and sunglasses going, say, and then they just see, because I guess I understand people have busy lives, but no one's looking at this going, say, what's going on over there?
Look at them. They're cattle. Pieces of meat. What difference does it make how their world ends? Plague, war, famine. Morality doesn't even enter into it. We're just a function of natural selection, man. The new race.
Looks like your mascara's running.
Should I be concerned? Because I had a lot of fun watching this first film. The film had a budget of $45 million and a box office return of $131.2 million. And yeah, I thought this was pretty good. It was a lot of fun.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
So let's look at the next film, Blade 2. So Blade 2, compared to the first one, Blade 2 was a lot of people's favorite director, Guillermo del Toro. And compared to the first one, this film has a bit of more of a action, but still has a bit of that horror vibe to it. But what was the story for this one involves? We return to the world of Blade, continues his effort to protect humans from vampires, finding himself in a fierce battle against a group of mutant vampires who seek to commit global genocide of both vampires and human races. And, he's having to help, with this other, vampire group that he's not really wanting to work with. And I gotta say that Guillermo, del Toro, he did a great job, say, okay, this is what I want. He was able to talk to his, makeup people. He was able to talk to the people in charge of, the looks that he wanted for the vampires and the Reapers. And that's say, okay, after say a vampire's fully gone and in a way, I love the little mouth openings and all that stuff. I understand it kind of is similar to say Resident Evil, because this film came out in 2002. So yeah, this film, there could be say similarities. Perhaps say David S. Goyer, who was the writer on all three of these films, thought, or maybe there is actually say vampires in the Blade comics that are like this. And I don't know, man. I thought say all the moments of this film are pretty great. Whether it's because I actually saw this movie as a kid. Yes, as it was a summer camp, a after school summer group, and they had actually taken us to say a little I think it's for a state college. And they taken us to say, okay, we're taking this to watch a little movie. And at first they showed us this movie, and then they thought, oh shit, they didn't really know what they were showing us at first.
He also said, "Can you blush?"
Even if I backpedal, show Power Rangers 2. And that's what they did. Or maybe it was Power Rangers 1. But I think like a lot of moments that really stand out for me that make this movie a lot of fun are like, say, when the character of Scud is being attacked on his van and he's not able to fight back yet. That one sticks into my mind as something, okay, this is great. Other moments of this film that are just like, say, when Blade is basically just just like, man, like, just putting the bomb on the back of Reinhardt, like on played by Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman does a great job in this film. I think this film came out a while before Hellboy.
Okay, I help you with that. What's the matter? You missed that? It's okay, I can do it again.
Dobret, Reinhardt! Dobret!
Come on. Well, you need a manual? I'm fucking do it! Come on! MC Hall!
Now you got an explosive device stuck to the back of your hand.
Silver nitrate. Rigged to go off if anybody tampers with it.
And there was moments where he's just like, say, like when they finally say, guys, there are like, say, they are weak against the sun, like, not sun, but HRV lights, or like, very powerful lights. Sort of like they are, but they are just like going to, they're just like the moments are like, the action sequences are great, because during the entire time you don't think, okay, Scud is working with the bad guys, because you don't really think that.
What's up? Nice to meet you, man. I heard a lot about you. Josh, you can call me Scud, though. That's what he does.
I thought this film has just a lot of enjoyableness to it. It was pretty great. When it comes to, like, say, the action sequences, most of them take place during the night, so that really helps sell the horror vibes of it. Because, like, say, unfortunately, the next film that we're going to be looking at didn't really figure that out. But, yeah, this one was pretty great. This one was a lot of fun. They are just a lot of moments that I can think of. Like, say, especially, like, say, Scud's death. It is just so over the top. I thought, yes!
What do you think about that, man?
Two things. One, I've been on to you since they turned you. Two, it's not a dud.
Oh, great.
But this one was great. This one was great. There wasn't as many, like, say, over-the-top lines, unless it's, like, say, when Blaze is gonna, like, say, "Ha-ha! Remember, I got the, like, the trigger, Reinhardt." Because in this one, Blade is more, like, seems to be having more fun. Wesley Snipes got fun. And I also think David Goyer thought, like, say, let's have a little bit of fun with this one. Because that's what they did. Look at Blade 3. This one was the final film, and this one was the war between humans and vampires continues. Blade has been framed for numerous murders by the vampire leader Dracula Talos, who is determined to lead her bloodthirsty, contagious to victory. Blade must team up with a band of rogue vampires to save humanity from his most challenging enemy yet, Dracula. This one was directed by David S. Goyer. There was a lot of issues for production-wise for this one, and that, Snipes, he did not really want to show up on the set as much for this one. So sometimes it would be like a lot of moments of when the stunt worker was having to, since Blade has the sunglasses on it, so I'm guessing they were able to use what they could for it, because there was apparently behind the sequences, Wesley Snipes say, really, we're doing this because there was
in Vancouver, and Wesley Snipes was going crazy, and he wouldn't come out of his trailer, and you'd walk by his trailer, and this wall of pot stench would just whoa, and kind of push you to the side, and then he would only answer to the name Blade. You couldn't call him.
He would only answer to Blade.
The Blade, yeah, and after a while, he resorted to just he would communicate with Post-its that he would give to the director, and each one he would sign Blade.
When it comes to it, most of the action sequences will be resolving, will be relying more of it when it comes to the characters of both Hannibal King and Abigail Whistler. And I can say that although Blade is the our main character of this film, I feel Ryan Reynolds helps sell this film, because he is absolutely hilariously fun in this movie, even though this one is not the greatest, when he's just shit talking others and all that. I will say the thing that made me feel as the film ended though, the thing that made me feel okay, and the fact that the main antagonist of the film is Dracula / his also name is Drake. The thing that made me think wait, the thing that made me think okay, really isn't the fact that the actor they thought okay, we're gonna have him characterized and make him look a generic tough dude, and the fact wait, really, this is what our Dracula's gonna look like?
Motherfucker. I like that.
A big, not swole, but very tough dude, 6-pack, and clean, very much clean shaven and all that. It's not much of a reference, okay. And this moment where he's just wearing armor and all that, and I'm feeling okay, that's cool, but wait, this is our Dracula. You're not gonna make him look anything say how we would really think of Dracula.
Welcome to my home. Enter freely of your own will and leave some of the happiness you bring.
Count Dracula.
I am Dracula. And I bid you welcome, Mr. Harcourt.
Not the long cloak and all that, but just something okay, that's Dracula. I do think the fight sequences for this film are pretty great, whether it's okay, one thing that happens is the the vampire groups in this film, they decided to make it so how okay, we're gonna take some dogs and turn them to vampires. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just silly. And there's a fight sequence between Triple H and Ryan Reynolds' Hannibal King. That was pretty great. thought it was pretty great. But I feel like this one, overall is not as great as the previous films, in that although, most of the action sequences take place in the daytime, so you don't really have much of a, compared to, the previous ones, there's not as much of as a horror vibe. So this one's more of a action vibe. It doesn't work as much. Because remember, the first two films, whether it was when Blade and all them are, finding Pearl.
Depending on how you answer, you may walk out of here with a tan. What's that?
Oh, it's nothing. It's routine research. Actually, it's a video game.
That must have hurt.
I will say that Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel helped sell this film, though. But yeah, I feel also Wesley, he does a good job when he is just doing, doing the action sequences. But I don't think this one as really, he really was, really, it doesn't seem like he wanted to really be there for this film. And I understand that, he apparently there was a lot of arguments between him and David S. Goyer, and apparently Goyer had to be escorted and have security for him. But what's your thoughts on the Blade franchise? See you next time.